white flag.
Money flag next.
Jimmie Johnson in the 48. He'll stay tucked to that yellow line all the way around this racetrack. He will not open the bottom.
That yellow line is his best friend. Just keep that car down low where they can't get under it. I don't think they've got the steam to do it.
Stewart looks low. He's got Gordon now up high. Gordon has Biffle. Jeff Gordon clawing his way toward the front.
Ryan Newman's you in the 12. 12 jumped up top.
Jimmie's pulling away.
Yeah, he got those guys that Ryan had to block the 24 and gave Jimmie a little extra room there coming to the flag.
Jimmie Johnson wins the Budweiser shootout.
1 to go.
Scott Riggs to fourth. Stewart looks to go 3 wide. Thinks better of it. He is trapped behind Jimmie Johnson.
Boy, that 97 car of Kurt Busch is a fast piece of equipment right there. He's got to look.
He's the only Ford in the front 5. What can he do?
Look at Scott Riggs in that 10 car. He's trying to get him a top 5 finish in this Daytona 500. And there's Jimmie Johnson on the 48 on the outside, Darrell.
Somebody needs to get up there and go with him, but I don't know if Tony Stewart can run the outside or not. He hadn't all day.
Busch to the outside. Gordon slams the door on him in the turn 3.
6 cars have a chance to win it. Jeff Gordon's going to lead him into turn 4. They're 1 mile from home.
Tony Stewart just slid up the racetrack. He and Jimmie Johnson are going to make contact.
3 wide. They're bouncing off each other.
Jeff Gordon's going to win his 3rd Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, Dale Jr., and Scott Riggs. This would make it 9, and he's 1 lap away.
Pretty smooth ride. Done a good job all day long. Got himself out front. Where that car had such a huge advantage is on new tires. It was really bad fast for a number of laps on new tires.
He has clean racetrack now. Half a lap to go, halfway down the backstretch.
So the House of Roush.
Absolutely rock. I love my job. I love my team. And boy, let's see a victory lane.
The House of Roush becomes a teardown for Hotel Hendrick. Jimmie Johnson brings the Lowe Chevrolet to the checkered flag.
Right now, looks like Casey Kane's beating him getting in the corner. Jeff Gordon really pulls him off the corner. 2 to go.
That's the way you run this joint. You ease her down in there, but you try to get it turned and then gas her hard coming off.
And right now, Casey Kane in the 9, he's doing everything he should do. He needs to drive that thing deep in the corner. If he thinks he has a chance, he really pulls close here. We're coming to the white flag.
Just that little bit of a lag in the restart on the 9 car where Jeff got that jump, that 3 or 4 car late jump. That's just made all the difference in the world.
Chevy, Dodge, Ford, and 2 Dodges, with both Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace in the top 5 in their final Martinsville spring appearance. Jeff Gordon scores his 71st career win and his 6th at Martinsville. 1 to go.
Working just right.
Now, boys, let me tell you, that 15 and that 20, it could be trouble for Jeff Gordon.
McMurray and Mayfield traded a little paint, and Jeremy is up to 4th. Kurt Busch, the defending series champ, battles for 5th. 4 cars with a little breakaway.
Jeff Gordon protecting that bottom of the racetrack. You can see Michael Waltrip all over the back bumper of Tony Stewart.
They just can't get to him. They're there, but they can't get enough run on him to get by him. It's a long way down here to the start-finish line, but I just don't think they got the steam. Jeff, his car is just too fast.
A lot of races have been decided between right here and the finish line, down past the pit exit. But Jeff Gordon is going to hold him off and win the Aaron's 499.
White flag.
Waffle got to run around Busch that time. I think he's going to pass back for 3rd. Doesn't really matter.
No, this is the battle right here. Brian Vickers, he's on the high side. Got a little bit of a run off turn 2.
But a big block by Bliss.
It's going to get exciting down here, boys.
Go or go home time right now.
Vickers turns it to the bottom, but he can't get by.
He just can't get enough nose under him without getting into him. Oh,
he
did
turned
get him.
sideways.
Wins him and Vickers wins.
He did. Vickers has beat him across the line just by a car length. Mike Bliss did a whale of a job.
Did we make it? Did we make it?
No, Mike. you didn't make it.
He's going to hold him off, Larry. I think he can do it.
But Johnson is good off turn 4, and if he can get alongside, and Labonte right to the grass to hold him off. Last time.
He can't do it. I don't believe he can do it unless Bobby messes up. There he goes to the bottom, Darrell. They're going to be side by side off turn 2. Bobby's on the high side.
You can't pass over there. There's no way. What's that?
One last charge right here, man.
It's all over, boys. Was that the last best move made too soon?
Here he comes, outside. Just like in Atlanta last March. He's not going to be able to do it, I don't think. They're side by side.
Here he comes.
Jimmie Johnson. Got it. The 48 car. He did it. 3 in a row, Jimmie Johnson. By 2/100ths of a second.
Last lap.
One more, buddy. One more.
Edwards on the outside of Kenseth. Got that thing hung out.
And those points will hurt Matt trying to make the chase.
He's going to lose another spot to Tony Stewart.
Nerves are already through the roof.
Through turns 3 and 4. Tomorrow the headlines will say Busch won at California.
Here it is.
But it'll be Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch wins in California. Here we go.
He's going.
2 laps to decide it. It's over. Overtime.
And here we go. Good restart by the 5. 48 just goes.
They are teammates, 48 and 5. Johnson in the chase for the championship. Kyle Busch is not. White flag last lap.
Wow, he's underneath them.
He's right there. Oh, Jimmie said, come on, teammate, cut me some slack.
Through turns 3 and 4 now. Kyle Busch, the rookie, looking at Johnson, the championship contender. Teammates coming to the checkers. Jimmie Johnson wins at Dover.
One more lap.
White flag, final lap.
Driving 110% now.
Yes, sir. 2 more turns. Does not look like Busch can get there. Jimmie Johnson has had a wild night. He and his crew have fought through all kinds of problems. But Jimmie Johnson, 4 in a row at Lowe's.
Unbelievable, guys. You guys are the best.
2 to go. Gordon going for the Martinsville sweep. 1 here in the spring.
Gordon got to really good that lap.
Tony Stewart is driving that 20 car in a little bit deeper than 24, but 24 comes off the corner a little bit better.
Last lap, half a mile to go. Tony Stewart has led the most laps. Jeff Gordon trying to lead the last one. 1 more shot in 3 and 4 for Stewart.
Can't get there.
Jeff Gordon brings Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane at Martinsville. There's Jarrett in the 88 car. And he could get around the 48.
Yeah, he's making up some ground.
Leaders come around, less than 2 to go. Kyle Busch will tell you one more time, his brother suspended by Roush Racing earlier today after a traffic violation here
Coming to the
Friday.
white flag here. Coming to the white flag.
Kurt Busch will not drive for Roush Racing anymore. Right now, his younger brother Kyle Busch is the race leader, coming around to get the white flag at Phoenix. Last lap.
Okay, focusing. White flag.
Kyle Busch driving for car owner Rick Hendrick. Understand Rick wasn't feeling well earlier in the week. Hopefully he's better today. This will help.
He loves his race cars and loves the victories.
Fuck yeah, Alan. Nice work, boys.
Young Kyle Busch brings it off a turn 4, his second win of the season. Kyle Busch wins at Phoenix.
That's it, right there.
Tony Stewart 4th.
Up front, Jeff Gordon continues to lead. He brings the field to the checkered flag. Here's the race to get into Daytona 500. Mike Wallace makes it. Scott Riggs will not.
1 lap to go at Daytona.
It's Junior that's making the move. He didn't want to do it, he said, but he's going to the outside.
Got to. It's a Daytona 500.
He's got to try, at least try to win.
Meanwhile, Ryan Newman looked both sides of Johnson, nowhere to go. Stays in line.
This is what Johnson wants to see in his mirror, though. He wants to see those guys behind him, side by side.
Casey Mears runs 3rd.
Junior's losing positions as he tries to get on the outside. Tony Stewart has moved into 5th, 6th.
Here goes Ryan Newman. He's going to try the high side. Which way will Mears go? Oh, hose this 12 car, Ryan Newman.
Gotta keep pedaling it, man. Keep pedaling.
That's a
clear by 4.
That's exactly crash behind him. Crash behind him. The caution is out. The race is over. Jimmie Johnson has won the Daytona 500.
Darrell, it's been turn 2. That's where the strength has been with this 48 car.
Kyle Busch poised to take advantage. It's a 3-car race with a mile to go.
He's looking outside. You better block him if you want to hold him off. Got a good run.
Kenseth pulls the block, going off into turn 3. Johnson goes to the high side. He's going to try to get that momentum.
Jimmie
Drag race.
won one last year like
Drag
this.
race.
Kenseth with the edge. Here comes Johnson.
Jimmy's got it.
Momentum
He's
outside.
He's got it. He's got it.
Johnson
48.
wins the UAW-DaimlerChrysler 400.
Vickers blocking his teammate. White flag this time. 1 to go.
He's got to block 2 teammates to win it, though. Gordon and Johnson. He slides way up high and takes the white flag.
Johnson stayed in bounds in the 48 car. He's got the push from Tony Stewart in the 20 to keep Vickers to the high side.
Vickers couldn't block them both. Here comes Kenseth around the top, but no help from that.
Tony's pushing up.
20 car behind you.
Going to get tight here, guys. Going to get tight.
Gordon's at the bottom in the 24. Not a lot of help down there.
On your Barrett in the 25. Single file.
It's just tire smoke. They're beating and banging over there.
They're rubbing everything they got. Bottoms, tops, sides.
Checkered flag. So you better get the gas on.
All Jimmie Johnson at 48 can do is protect the bottom. That's all he can hope for.
Just remember, it's a long way down here to the finish line.
Oh, yeah.
Here it comes.
Lock and Stewart. Here they come.
Jimmie Johnson, Daytona 500 winner, holds off Tony Stewart and wins the Aero.
White flag in the air for $1 million. Brings her off at turn 2, looks down that long back straightaway.
7 seconds.
Kyle Petty in the 45 got by Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8, so Kyle moves up to the 8th position in the 45.
Puts the Petty cars 6th and 8th. The 2003 winner of the Nextel All-Star Challenge, about to give Hendrick Motorsports its 5th All-Star win. Jimmie Johnson in the Lowe Chevy wins the Nextel All-Star Challenge.
We know we will not go into overtime because we're on our last lap.
And Biffle is up to 4th.
Boy, Terry's got to hang on because if he ever opens the door, there's a chain up behind him.
There is a whole pack of them.
And they're all looking all over him.
Tony Stewart still on the lead lap. He's faded to 29th. Jeff Gordon makes it look so easy.
Smooth, baby. Smooth operator.
All he's got to do is just hit his mark for about another half a lap.
Turn 7, final time.
The battle's back there from 3rd to about 8th or 9th. That's where it's going to get exciting.
That Newman got around that Terry.
You just wonder, Greg Biffle saw where Terry Labonte was pretty weak getting down into turn 11. He saw it with Ryan Newman, but Terry actually stretches it out just a little bit down through the S.
I think Terry could really stretch it out if he just knew he had enough fuel, but right now he's just trying to get back around here, make turn 11, and he's going to come home with a pretty good finish here.
Scott Pruitt in the tires on the back part of the course. And Newman dropped to the inside to protect the inside of 11 against Kurt Busch. 9th
road course win, extending the all-time record for Jeff Gordon of the DuPont Chevrolet.
Field coming around to get the white flag this time. Leader has the white flag, final lap of the race. The caution comes out from here on in, the race is over.
One eye out the windshield, one eye on the fuel pressure. Gauge.
Jeff Burton, that 31 car, closes in. Harvick still trying to get by Busch for third spot. Here comes Gordon.
Looks like he's going to make it. Jeff Gordon's going to score his first win at Chicago. One attempt at a 2 laps of green finish. The green flag's in the air, white flag next time.
Good restart for Kyle Busch. Uh-oh, Elliott Sadler looks like he's out of fuel.
Did everything he could. Still under power, though, it looks like maybe back there. Nope. You're right, Wally. He's done.
Oh, the 99 just taking a look at Hamlin. He wants by bad. He tried low. He couldn't. He's going to the high side.
And he's been running that high line.
Oh, he's sideways. He's giving it everything he's got.
Last lap.
Ooh, in the back of him.
The 96 car is spun, and the caution is out. The race is over.
No,
it's not out. It's not out. It's not out. It's not out.
And Edwards has position on the outside.
Oh, he's going to drive it in there for everything he's got, and he takes it. It looked like Hamlin either sputtered or just he got out of the gas way early.
Try and run down the race leader coming off of 4.
11 is out of fuel. Denny Hamlin loses another spot.
Kyle Busch wins at New Hampshire. One of his idols, Rick Mears, won here 4 times. His teammate Jeff Gordon, 4-time winner here. Started the season by winning the Daytona 500 without his crew chief. Now trying to take his car and his team to victory lane at Indianapolis. And hold on to the championship standings, which you won't even think about for probably a day and a half.
What an unbelievable
crash. Caution is out. Check that. Caution is not out yet. There's a crash on the backstretch.
Looks like Robbie Gordon and Greg Biffle got together.
Still the white flag is out. Johnson off of turn 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Jimmie Johnson from California wins at Indianapolis, and the caution is out. Earnhardt Jr. leads last lap. Outside. Vickers wants to go. Eight getting a little wider.
There he goes.
Junior.
Down.
Oh, no! Vickers hits the 48.
Hooked the 48 and takes out Earnhardt and Jimmie Johnson.
Caution is out. The leaders had already taken the white flag.
So is it going to be the 25 or the 9?
There are 19 scoring loops around the track. NASCAR will use scoring loops and videotape to determine the race winner. The checkered flag is out. Checkers and yellow out at Talladega.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Not going to be a popular win for the 25. It is.
2 to go. Hamlin going to try and make one more run at Jimmie Johnson.
Clear by 2.
Jimmie Johnson got off of turn 2 really good that time. Don't know if the 11 is going to be able to get to him, Bill.
Last lap at Martinsville. Jimmie Johnson won this race 2 years ago, but there was no victory lane, no celebration. 10 members of the Hendrick family, Tony Stewart's helicopter pilot, killed in a plane crash on their way to this race. Johnson's always wanted to get back to victory lane here at Martinsville to salute those fallen friends, and Johnson wins the Subway 500 at Martinsville.
Nowhere to hide. Not in that pack.
And Jeff Gordon has come from way, way back to make a run here right on the end. He's going to go the outside, and here he comes.
And I'm going to tell you what, watch Mike Wallace right there in the 09 car. There's the race right there to get in between the 13, the 14, and the 09.
Marlin has backed out. So that means it's Nemechek and Wallace. Here they come to the flag. Jeff Gordon's going to win his third duel at Daytona.
Wait, the white flag's out for Pete's sake.
Oh, shucks.
This is just getting good, boys.
Yeah.
You believe how hard you just can't
Not bad. I think we'll keep you for a while.
Chad Knaus to Jimmie Johnson. He's going to win this race by 2 seconds.
Can you say 3-peat?
There you go. Yes, we can.
We got you. Bring her home, dude.
Jimmie Johnson wins the UAW-DaimlerChrysler 400.
I guess we, last week, Larry, we underestimated the 48. Can he win 3 in a row at Vegas? I said, I don't see how that could be possible. He did.
Yes, he
Today
did.
we say the 20 will walk off and the 48 will run second. Where is he at? Leading the race.
Title defense for Jimmie Johnson. The Nextel Cup champion going for 2 in a row. Back at 5th place, side by side, as Johnson comes to the line. Jimmie Johnson wins the Cobalt Tools 500. Green-white checker, 2 laps to go. Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, Jeff Burton, Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick.
He spun him.
Gordon went out to the lead. There goes Burton on the outside.
There he
Gets around
goes.
Gordon.
Jeff Burton.
I told you, I thought that 31 was laying there in the weeds.
Now remember, white flag this time, 1 to go. He gets a run to the inside. I'm sure Kyle Busch will put the block on him.
He better be careful down here. Uh-oh.
It's okay. Hamlin's slow. No problem. Little touch.
All I can say is Kyle Busch better be glad that's
Clear.
Jeff Burton behind him.
Yes, sir. A lot of give and take there. He's going to do a little bump and run here. They're going to drag race to the finish line. Yes! Kyle Busch in the 5.
Jeff Gordon says on the radio, he's giving me no choice.
And he isn't. Jimmie's doing everything he can to keep him back there. Jeff's going to have to move him if he wants to win this race. Don't wreck him, just move him.
It'll be the white flag when they come back to the line.
I believe if he's got anything for him, we'll see it off of turn 4.
Right, he can't get to him in turn 2, Darrell. White flag, but no surrender.
One more good one here, bud.
It's the last lap.
This is it. He's going to look under him there. Jimmie got a little bit off. He had to get out of the gas a little bit.
The head should be ready for him.
Here we go. He's going to move
Here it
him.
comes.
He's going to move
Boom.
him. He's
There
going to
it is.
move
Boom.
him.
Here
Goes to
comes
the
Gordon.
inside.
He's got the inside. They touch once, twice. Drag race. Jimmie Johnson.
I tell you, Smoke is going to give it one more shot, but I don't think he's got enough to get there.
And nobody can say this was a cakewalk for Jeff Gordon. He had to fight his way back.
A little bit more right here for you. White flag when you get down there.
I mean, just how solid this group has been all year long. If they can hang on in the top 5, this right here.
I'm not trying to start anything here, guys, but that right rear tire on that 24 car looks soft. I guess it isn't. But I know one thing, Stewart is closing in a hurry.
He's got a half a lap to go, Mike.
I guess Jeff is just being that cautious, but I thought I saw that right rear tire. Looked like it was a little soft.
Jeff Gordon rounds turn 4. Become the first driver in the history of Phoenix International Raceway to win a cup race from the pole. Jeff Gordon. Green flag. Johnson to the inside.
And there goes Kurt Busch in the 2 car with him, pushing him. They're going to trap McMurray in the 26 on the high side.
Boy, I'll say, look at him fan out. High, low, high, low. Somebody help me.
Oh, there goes Stewart in the 20 to the high side with no help. They're 3 wide off turn 2. Trouble.
It's over.
There's the caution. There is the caution right there. Only 1 attempt at this green-white check.
And Stewart has crashed. While everyone lifted for the caution flag, Tony Stewart ended up in the wall. Checkered flag waves on Jeff Gordon. His 77th career NASCAR Nextel Cup victory.
He is burning the right rear off of that thing. He comes off the corner every lap with it sideways and smoking.
Well, he's got that little bit of cushion. You see how far it is back to the 11 car, Denny Hamlin, so he can move that car around just a little bit.
And Jimmie Johnson just sitting there watching him in the mirror. I believe he's going to run out of time.
White flag.
White flag. One more good one.
You know, in the old style car, Johnson had only one top 10 here in 10 starts. Different story with the Impala.
Great day for his teammate, too. Jeff Gordon has struggled here last 4 times we've been here.
Jimmie Johnson and the Lowe Chevrolet come off turn 4 to their 4th win of the season and 27th career Nextel Cup victory.
1 to go.
One more, buddy.
Oh, man. Can you just... Denny Hamlin said there, he's so close. Why couldn't there be 5 more laps?
I mean, he is closing ever so fast, but it's just not going to be enough.
He's going to be there, but that's it. He's going to run out of time.
Stanley Steamer running just fine.
Yes,
make it to the finish line.
Look at that thing coming across. Look at that steaming, still steaming.
Jeff Gordon and the DuPont Chevrolet win at Darlington.
White flag in the air.
Mears gang,
Yeah.
Bakersfield, California.
He's going to do it.
Roger, Rick, now Casey. All he needs is a gallon of gas.
He doesn't even need this now. He just needs fumes. That's all he needs.
Yaley second. Kyle Petty third. Reed Sorensen, Brian Vickers.
No pressure, and he has got it made. He can coast. He can coast from there.
For the National Guard, Casey Mears is going to win his first Nextel Cup race, the Coke 600.
Good for him. All right.
Becomes the 4th Hendrick car driver to win this year.
Look at Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty gets a 3rd.
Caution is out at Pocono for rain. And I want to tell you, it was razor close. There are 12 scoring loops around this track. It reverts to the previously passed loop. And it's going to be close between Jeff Gordon and Ryan Newman.
Okay, here you see Newman. This is in between turn 1 and 2. And it's raining hard right here. I think that's why Gordon jumps out of the gas.
And Newman charging hard.
And right here is about where the caution came out. And you see Newman just let off and let him have it. And there's a scoring loop right there. And Wally, they were showing a shot. You can see the rain right here. Yeah. This is a shot they showed, and Wally picked it out the lap before. Like Wally said, it is raining hard over there. And when they got back over there.
All right, we're hearing from NASCAR. The race has been called. It is an official race. And Jeff Gordon is the winner.
Jimmie Johnson, a young man from El Cajon, California, came back to his hometown this week for a charitable golf tournament, a celebrity golf tournament and a charity auction to raise money for Habitat for Humanity for San Diego. He's inducted into the Hall of Fame at his high school. First time he's been back since 1993. And now on the final lap at California Speedway, Jimmie Johnson, the California kid, is going to do something he wanted to do here for a long time, coming home, not only to visit the family and friends, but to go to Victory Lane at California Speedway. He has not won since May 6th, race number 10 at Richmond. But guess what? Tonight at California Speedway, race number 25, Jimmie Johnson.
Jimmie Johnson's got his crew chief back up on the box, and it's just that extra little push, I think, has put this team up front and where they can win races. They were very competitive when Chad was gone, but boy, this is just these last couple of weeks has showed that extra little bit that they've got.
Jimmie Johnson won 4 times in the first 10 races of the year. Then he did it after the win at Richmond. He didn't win again until last weekend at California. Chad Canals from right side of your screen. He led that driver and that entire team to the 2006 NASCAR Nextel Cup Championship. Jimmie Johnson trying to pick up win number 6 in 2007. It would be Jimmie Johnson's 29th career win, and he will come down and take the checkered flag as Jimmie Johnson sweeps both races and wins at Richmond.
Yeah, boys, you can have the awesome.
197 miles an hour. They take the white flag 3 wide. Here comes Tony Stewart up on the high side.
And the white flag is out. It's waving 3 wide.
Jimmie Johnson, Jeff Gordon trying to hang on the bottom, drafting help from behind with Blaney in the Toyota. Up high, Tony Stewart gets help from Casey Kane.
That's 4 wide down the back straightaway. Hamlin on the inside. Here comes Gordon on the outside.
Jeff Gordon has moved up in front of Tony Stewart to get the push by. Jeff Gordon, a 5-time Talladega winner. He knows
Jeff Gordon. 1 lap to go. Does he have enough?
Unbelievable. This 07 car is trying to run him down, but doesn't look like Gordon's going to have a problem. His car's stuck good. He's got a half a lap to go.
It's been since 1999 that Jeff Gordon has been able to come home and win at this racetrack. He has not finished a race in 3 years, but folks, tonight, Jeff Gordon wins again at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Folks, there might be a little bit of contact, short track style. Here they come, green flag, white flag, checkered flag. Can Jimmie Johnson hang on? Here comes Gordon. Single file as the green flag waves. Look at the 5 car of Kyle Busch is there, and Newman is right on the bumper. Jimmie Johnson pulls him now by 2 car lengths.
White flag this time.
White flag this time. 6 car, bottom of the racetrack. 12 car right on the rear of the 48 car.
And the 6 car sitting sideways in the middle of the track. They're wide open. Now the caution flag's out.
Race is over. That's it right there.
And boy, Chad Canal says, I can't believe we got a caution flag.
Guys, that was an unbelievable race. And we saw the caution flags all day long, late in the race. And they were coming wide open in turn 1 with that 6 car sitting dead sideways in the middle of the track.
NASCAR rules are you get 1 attempt at a green-white checkered. If the caution comes out, the race is over. They stop scoring them right there. And the caution and the checkered flag.
And right now, Kyle Busch is being scored in the 3rd position. So scoring's probably going to go back and check this one more time, but unbelievable finish. Oh, and Johnson gets a good restart. He gets away from Edwards by about 5 cars. Junior spinning.
Earnhardt Jr. spins up in front of McMurray.
Tire flew off that left rear of the 8 car.
How in the world did that happen? The tire completely fell off the car.
That's a 1 attempt at a green-white checker.
Coming through the white. Coming through the white.
White in caution, and Jimmie Johnson will win it here at Atlanta.
Slow down, they're yelling. Slow down.
Jimmie Johnson picks up his 8th win of the year, his 3rd win at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
By the way, Jeff Gordon in 7th position.
Boy, I mean, right now, Jimmie Johnson's last lap, 0.4 of a second faster than Matt Kenseth. He's got that clean air, and now he's out of here.
You're never going to see it any better than that right there.
All I could have done was wreck him, Robbie. Wreck myself. Believe me, I couldn't do anything else.
Jimmie Johnson came here 9 points out of the lead. He came to a track where he had never won a Cup race. But Jimmie Johnson has driven the wheels off his Chevy, and he will win at Texas Motor Speedway.
Great job, Jimmy. Pit crew, you guys won this race. Pit crew, you guys did it.
Jimmie Johnson trying to win his 2nd championship, trying to hang on for 2 more laps.
And I said, when it's your year, it's your year. Boy, if he wins his 4th in a row, Andy, that is a convincing fashion, and a guy deserves to win a championship.
Behind you, coming to the white here, buddy. Nice and smooth.
Gotta believe every noise inside the car is amplified. He knows his teammate, Jeff Gordon, is faded back to 10th spot. He knows he'll open up a significant
flag clear by 8.
With 1 race to go. White flag for Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson off of turn 2, trying to do what hasn't been done since 1998, trying to win 4 in a row. As Johnson takes it down less than half a lap away from the checkered flag.
Dude, you are incredible. Awesome job today. Good job.
It's the bell lap. And they're 3, almost 4 wide in the back.
By 1 there, side by side behind him still.
Stewart in 2nd, looking back from Earnhardt.
Almost every position changed places as they came to the white flag.
Junebug's been getting off at 2 real nice. If he protects the bottom, little blocking if he goes down the back.
1 back there. 48's got a big
Johnson
run here behind
coming
him.
on the outside with Sorensen and Mears.
Watch that outside. Watch the outside. Protect the bottom.
Now is that yellow line your best friend?
It is now. It is now.
Because you can't pass below it, but that outside line, they're getting a run. Here comes Johnson to the high side.
And Earnhardt comes up to block. That opens the bottom for Stewart. And the 30th Budweiser Shootout goes to the National Guard and Pala, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yes, sir. All right. Bake it, baby. Bake it. I'll tell you what, I am shocked at. I know this is some good racing right in here, but those two cars up front have put a huge gap on everybody else and holding it.
This is the first time we've seen anybody get away from the lead pack this week.
That's the biggest lead I've seen anybody have here all week.
There's Kenny Wallace in the 87 car trying to come to the finish line to get him the Daytona 500.
Oh, 3 wide behind the leaders. It sorts out. And the second checkered flag for the Sprint Cup cars in Speed Weeks. Dale Earnhardt Jr. again.
Boy, Menard in the 15 got pushed all the way down on the apron.
He went down there. He had nowhere to go. He had to try to get by Kenny. I don't know why, but he had to.
We got a 20-second lead. 20-second lead.
30-68.
Finish line. 2 to go.
He actually doesn't have a 20-second lead. It's about a 9 3/4 second lead, so he can slow down 2 seconds.
He'll only have 20 seconds if Boyer pits. And Boyer's going for it. He's all the way out of the throttle now, and he'll see the white flag.
White flag this time.
Way down. Slow it down now, bud. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it way down. Big gap behind you, White.
Last time around.
Got a 20-second lead there, back way down.
What
The car's going into 1 now.
What a great gamble.
Down, buddy.
What a great call. High stakes, gambling. He does it.
If he can just make it to turn 4, he'll be in good shape.
Put it in neutral.
He could coast. Put it in neutral. Whatever you want to do. You got it made.
Jimmie Johnson off turn 4.
He did.
First win for Hendrick in 2008.
This will be the last lap of the race. White flag at Michigan.
Oh, we got somebody coming off the
Crash caution is out. The race is over.
But remember, Junior has to maintain speed coming back around. He's just got to maintain his speed. We went through this with Biffle, whatever it was at Texas. So as long as he can maintain, there's the answer to your race buddy question. Dale Jr. breaks it at Michigan.
Before the race, Lindsay talked to him earlier this week about the pressure to win, and he said it's put up or shut up. This might be the day he's able to put it up.
And you got to say, that's the one good thing about Dale Jr. When he took this ride, he said, look, I'm man enough to take this ride because I know it's all on me. Because we know the Hendricks organization can win races. It's all on me. And that's a big deal for Dale Jr., man. That's a big man that stepped up there and took that.
Big deal for Tony Ewing Jr., too. Those guys made some great calls down there that put him in this position.
9 car's going to...
Yeah, baby! Way to go, Tony Jr.
76 races since he last went to victory lane, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is the winner at Michigan.
He's only got a lap and a half to hold him off because they're going to get the white flag this time by.
Jimmie Johnson's got 4 more corners to hit right here.
4 left turns away from the lion's share of a $9.6 million purse.
Well, he was about perfect with that corner right there. So was Carl Edwards. Johnson looked like he got through that corner and off of that corner really well, not to let Carl get a good run on him down the backstretch. That was real critical because this long straightaway right here could decide it.
4 hours ago, over 250,000 fans asked themselves, who will it be? Who will win the Allstate 400 in 2008? They all had different answers.
Another perfect corner. Jimmie Johnson did a great job there. His crew, congratulations. Just a fantastic job.
Out of turn 4 and 2-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion, Jimmie Johnson becomes a 2-time winner at the Brickyard. Jimmie Johnson began the week coming out to his hometown of El Cajon. He wanted to give back his 2nd annual golf tournament to raise money, $500,000 for the Habitat for Humanity to build homes for people who didn't have them. They handed the keys, he and wife Shandy, to a young single mom who had 3 children who didn't have a place to live. But tonight, at this racetrack, it was time for Jimmie Johnson to take back the lead point as the top contender for the 2008 Chase Championship. Jimmie Johnson takes the win.
Great work, boys. That's the way we roll.
Excited as they see
flag of the day. Great job, buddy. Great job. What a way to end the week.
Kyle Busch still fighting for this spot. He's going to beat Casey Kane to the line. Casey Kane didn't need that to happen. That's just some points. We keep pointing that out, but that cost him a couple of points right there. Tony wants to win. This is 10 more points that Jimmie Johnson's going to be closer to the lead.
I'm so impressed with Jimmie Johnson because he was really beat. That 20 car had caught him and was going to pass him. He moved up a groove and found a way to make his car faster.
White flag this time. Clear by 1.
Jimmie Johnson has won twice and had 4 top 10 finishes in the last 6 races. Talk about momentum and how important it is heading into the chase. He dominates at California a week ago. He won both events at Richmond in 2007, was disappointed about what happened here in May. But on a Sunday afternoon in September, Jimmie Johnson comes down and wins it at Richmond.
Wow, what a race. White flag.
Get yourself on. Let's go get it now.
That was big right there. Jimmie Johnson took that away. Carl Edwards is going to get to the outside of him and have a chance to make the pass. Still might get him right here.
Here he comes, digging up off the corner. Turn 2, half a lap away from the checkered flag.
And what's Jimmie Johnson do here? He goes to that high side. Carl Edwards is going to go to the bottom. There we go.
Oh, come
right by him. With the car stick. Here comes Jimmie Johnson. He's in the wall.
Here comes Jimmie.
We're back inside now.
Oh, wow.
Carl Edwards trying to hang on. Here comes Jimmie Johnson down, and Johnson will take the win. Wow.
Woo. How good is that? Wow.
Johnson just pulls away out of turn 4.
Yeah, I think he looked back and he saw Junior easing up on him, and that's whenever he took off. A nice restart by Jimmie Johnson.
Five car lengths for Jimmie Johnson. Earnhardt Jr.'s got a little over 1 lap to get there. White flag for Johnson.
White flag this time.
What a dominant day for Jimmie Johnson. He's led 7 times for 339 laps. And down the back straightaway, Jimmie Johnson trying to pick up his 6th win in 2008.
Good job, guys. Good job, Jimmie.
Look at Kurt. He gets a better run this time.
Kurt Busch got a good jump. Carl Edwards got a good jump.
Jimmie Johnson laid the power down pretty good off of turn 2.
I mean, Kurt Busch did all he could do right there.
Yeah.
It was right on him.
Jimmie Johnson will come out of 4 for the white flag here at Phoenix. 1 lap to go.
Whoa, look at Kurt Busch. Think he's not driving hard?
He's still digging. He got that thing completely sideways.
Jimmie Johnson sideways there, too. Kurt got a nice run off the corner.
Okay, we're coming.
See if he can get to the bumper.
Can he get there? Here he comes. Kurt Busch a car length away. Jimmie Johnson trying to hang on.
Car length back. Awesome job, dude.
And Jimmie Johnson wins for the 7th time this year.
And I believe Logano would be more than happy to go with him if he decides to make the run. I'm sure Tony's in there giving him hand signals. Stick with me, kid, and I'll show you how to win this race.
Just remember, Tony Stewart drove that 20 car for 10 years for Joe Gibbs Racing, and now he's looking at it in his rearview mirror.
Nemechek right behind Riggs as they cross the line.
Here
for
we
the
go.
transfer spot.
Here we go. They got a little run. I tell you, they got back just enough. I believe they can do it. If Logano could get up there, but he's back just far enough that keeps Tony from getting that good run.
No help.
No help. No help.
Gordon will have to protect the bottom. Logano gets kicked to the outside.
09 coming to you.
Almirola coming for 3rd. Jeff Gordon trying to hang on for the lead and the win.
Jeff Gordon's got this under control. He'll win this thing. Tony Stewart's going to run 2nd again.
And who's going to make the show? Gordon wins it, and Riggs is in for Tommy Baldwin's startup team.
They've had a couple of good weeks here.
2 to go. 2 laps to go.
Johnson's lead has stabilized at 1 second over Denny Hamlin.
I believe this little battle for 6, she's going to go all the way to the wire.
Yep.
Yeah, and Ryan is overdriving his car a bunch, but Mark's giving him enough room. It hadn't affected anything yet. But they're going to come to the line fighting with each other, and we got 1 lap to go.
Matt Kenseth bounced it off the wall.
Well, we're in the white flag lap now.
Jimmie Johnson's halfway down the back straightaway.
Newman and Martin lean on each other in turn 2.
I think Newman got the better of him that time.
I believe he will prevail.
Jimmie Johnson wins at Martinsville on the 25th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports' first win. Kurt Busch has passed Jeff Burton. That's for the 8th position as we're on the final lap.
That 43 car is going to be right in Jeff Gordon's way. It's right where he likes to run. It's going to slow him down a little bit. I don't think Johnson's got enough speed. He's going to go high down here in 3 and 4. Try to get a lot of momentum off of turn 4. It's going to be too little too late.
But he packed her down into turn 3 and 4. But like you say, it's just not going to be enough.
17 tries at Texas. 17 is the lucky number for Jeff Gordon.
Sam Hornish, top 10 tonight.
9th place.
Running 9th. 2 to go.
And Mark Martin playing Catch Me If You Can.
Well, Mark started on the pole, and we knew that sooner, you know, he's had 3 poles this year. We knew he's going to win a race sooner or later. This is great. Hadn't won since 2005. New team, new driver. White flag in the air.
Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. One more.
Like Mark needs to be told, nice and smooth. He's got a 1-second lead. He's got half a lap to go.
I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be a popular win with the fans and with the competitors. I can guarantee you that.
And I'm really happy for Rick Hendrick because this 5 car, it's been a while since it won a race, and Rick really is proud of this opposite way that Gustafson and Mark have. Good job, Mark.
Well, we had a battle for 3rd with Kurt Busch in that 2 and Jimmie Johnson, but Kurt Busch prevails.
I love driving y'all's car. Thank you.
Mark Martin won the 1993 Southern 500. He has 25 top 10s here. This is his 43rd Darlington race, and he's on the money lap.
1 to go.
Has a pretty clean racetrack in front of him. There's 1 car out there about 4 or 5 car lengths. He's halfway down the back straightaway now.
What a great night for him and his team. He can almost coast home from here.
Man, I think we're going to make it.
I think
the
you
old
are,
man, Mark Martin. 2nd win of the season, 2nd win at Darlington. Mark Martin wins at Darlington.
That's
again.
big. That's big, boys. I think that bump down the front here on Tony Stewart, it was kind of a little wake-up call. Hey, man, I got 4 tires, you got 2. I'm coming.
What racing, though? Wow.
Greg Biffle not in position to challenge Matt Kenseth. Kurt Busch the top 5. We apologize for not having the scoring ticker in these closing laps. Noah Gopher did not cut the cable. Kane Edwards. Mears now up to 8th.
And
Newman Martin top 10.
Flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go. 1 mile. Johnson is my hero today, Larry. That was a whale of a drive. Taking those 4 tires, that gamble, and driving it to the front.
But you know who's breathing the easiest right now? Chad Cannell's in that 48 pit crew.
Yeah, well, he's doing one of those I told you so's now.
Jimmie Johnson and the Cobalt Tools Lowe Chevrolet come off turn 4 and score their 4th win at Dover, their 2nd win of 2009.
White flag is out. Jimmie Johnson slow. Jimmie Johnson is out of fuel. Biffle leads. White flag in the air. This is the last lap.
Biffle may be the new Silver Fox.
Well, hang on. We got a long way to go. We got Mark Martin sitting right there. Mark just moved to 2nd.
Biffle's, he looks to be slow.
He's slower. Is he slower?
He's off the pace.
He's off the pace.
Here comes Mark Martin.
He's barreling.
Oh, my God. Oh, look at Biffle.
He's shaking it. He just went to the switch.
Here comes Mark. Oh, no.
Half a lap from the finish. Mark Martin to the lead.
Incredible.
Does he have enough fuel?
This is drama, dude. This is,
oh, yeah, he can coast from here.
Out of
He's
4.
got it.
Biffle's going to coast.
He's got 4 wins here and another one today. Mark Martin takes the checkered flag of Michigan.
Stewart up to 4th. Here comes Tony. Remember how far back he started tonight. Way deep in the field. Stewart began in 32nd tonight, running inside the top 5. Here we go. White flag is out.
I'm telling you, these guys chasing Mark Martin better be glad it's not another 100 laps in this race, or he'd lap them all. Casey Kane had a great night. How about Tony Stewart? As far back as 17th after that pit stop is driven back to 4th. What a great run. What a great
Coming
run.
to the checkered flag. Mark Martin takes the win. Jeff Gordon finishes in 2nd.
Hey, look at him moving from inside to outside. White flag.
Jimmie's doing everything he can to keep him back there, not letting him get too close to the bumper. He doesn't want to get him the opportunity to get him loose. Here's Mark's spot coming up. Got one more run at him.
This time down the back straightaway, Jimmie Johnson stays in the middle of the racetrack and will pull him by a couple of car lengths. 2 turns away from the checkered flag. Turn 3.
Well, Martin just needs a couple of car lengths trying to loosen him up. Man, he drove it hard in there and out of that corner. That's why Jimmie Johnson's a champion right there, folks.
Out of turn 4, headed for the checkered flag, and 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup champion Jimmie Johnson becomes a 3-time winner at the Brickyard 400. Side by side, they are door to door out of turn 4, and Martin will take the advantage by a car length.
Wow, that was a great run off of that corner for Mark Martin. That might have been the move that wins him this race.
So fast right here. Montoya's still looking hard, chewing on that rear bumper.
Comes Hamlin to the outside.
This is what Mark Martin wants to see in his mirror.
Somebody getting back here to occupy the 42 car. Coming down for the white flag this time by Mark Martin, trying to hold off and hold on to a 5-car length advantage for the white flag. Martin has never won a race at New Hampshire.
See Kyle Busch there on the outside of Jimmie Johnson, trying to take that 4th spot away. Got a spin off of turn 4.
He's already taken the white flag.
So they'll race back here to the checkered flag.
Caution's not out yet. They're still racing. No caution yet.
They got cars sitting here. They're going to have to throw the caution.
Still not out.
Still not out. It's going to come into the checkered flag.
Really? Now the caution's out.
Coming to the checkers. Coming to the checkers.
And it is officially over.
Watch out. Watch out.
The caution's out. You got the win.
White flag next time by for Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson is a 4-time winner at Dover International Speedway. And he is a lap away from collecting his 5th win on the Monster Mile.
One more time around.
He came here as a rookie driver in 2002. Not only did he win both races that year, he led the most laps in both races, serving notice that this young man was going to be a factor in NASCAR Sprint Cup racing. And here today, he has led 3 times for 271 laps, and Jimmie Johnson wins it. White flag, final lap here in California. Side-by-side action, Gordon and Montoya, 2nd position. Mark Martin is driven now out from underneath the 14 car. Here he comes, trying to be a factor here, maybe to finish 3rd or 2nd.
And I'd say he'll go to the high side here and see if he can get by Montoya.
Montoya's going to try to block, but he...
See Gordon all the way on the apron.
Jimmie Johnson coming down out of turn 4. What a job they have done again, and for the 2nd year, make it 3rd year in a row in the fall, Jimmie Johnson wins at California. Final lap for Jimmie Johnson. The racetrack's name, the sponsor's name, one and the same for Jimmie Johnson, a 5-time winner thus far in 2009. We mentioned no driver has ever won 3 of the first 5 chase races. But the guy who is chasing history in NASCAR has done it tonight at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Jimmie Johnson gets the win.
Guy's all business all the time, Andy.
He is, man. He is taking care of details, and nothing goes undone.
Goes back at night, watches the practice shows, watches the qualifying. Anything that's on television, he watches here, watches every single lap on the racetrack, not just for his car, but for any other car, to see if he can get an idea of something to do to this 48 to make it better.
Man, as a driver, that's a dream come true. You have somebody that dedicated, and all of you crew chiefs, Andy, when you won championships, that's the way that you were too.
Down and focus, bud. Eyes forward. Doing great.
Here in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix International Raceway. They call this track the Jewel of the Desert. We told you this weekend was about a duel in the desert. Could Jimmie Johnson bounce back from disappointment in Texas? And Johnson, what a performance. The 3-time and defending NASCAR Sprint Cup champion gets it done and wins the 3rd year in a row here at Phoenix.
Jeff Burton gets that 2nd place finish.
Mark Martin will finish in 4th position.